In the last class, we have discussed greedy method on the job sequencing problem. Today, we'll discuss another algorithm, that is Prim's algorithm. This is for creating spanning trees. And this algorithm is there for lab program, and we have to implement using Java programs, Java programming. Prim's algorithm. So let us, before discussing Prim's algorithm, let us discuss what is the problem with the spanning tree. What is it? So given endpoints, connect them in the cheapest, that is with low cost possible way, so that there will be a path between every pair of points. So there must be a path between every pair of points and it must be of low cost. So we have to select the edges with the low cost edges, low cost values we have selected. It has many applications to the design of all kinds of networks. For example, communication network, computer network, transportation network, electrical network, by providing cheapest way, that is with the low cost way to achieve connectivity. It identifies clusters of points in data sets. Clusters means it is collection of points. Clusters means collection of points, and these points in single cluster, the points in a single clusters will be having shortest distance between each other. Okay, so to identify clusters, we can use Prim's algorithm. It has been used for classification purposes in archaeology, biology, sociology, and other sciences. So let us see what is a spanning tree. That is a spanning tree applications we have seen. Let us discuss what is a spanning tree. A spanning tree of an undirected connected graph is its connected acyclic subgraph. Connected acyclic subgraph is nothing but tree that contains all the vertices of the graph. So here condition for the spanning tree will be given with the graph. From that graph, we have to create a tree. So what is the condition? All the vertices must be present in the tree, spanning tree. All the vertices must be present and all the vertices must be connected. And tree means obviously it is acyclic, right? It should not contain any cycle. So that is a spanning tree. In such a graph, which has weights assigned to its edges, a minimum spanning tree is its spanning tree of the smallest weight. Okay, with the smallest weight. So if we have graph, we can create many spanning trees depending on the number of edges we have in that, and number of vertices and number of edges we have in that. So here, among those edges, among those spanning trees, we have to select the one which is having smallest cost or smallest weight. So that is the low cost value. Okay, with the low cost value spanning tree, we have to select. That is called a spanning tree, minimum cost spanning tree problem. Okay. The minimum spanning tree problem is the problem of finding minimum spanning tree for a given weighted connected graph. So how to get the weight of a tree? So add the weights of all the edges present in the tree. So consider this graph. So in this graph, we have 4 edges and 4 vertices, A, B, C, D, and 4 edges we have A to B, A to D, A to C, and C to D, right? And it is undirected. You can create spanning tree for directed graph also, for undirected graph also. So here, let us consider this spanning tree. So we have removed only one edge, that is A to C. And you can notice all the vertices are present and all the vertices are connected. And it is acyclic. It doesn't contain any cycle. So A to B is 1, A to D is 2, and C to D is 3. So add all this weight. 1 plus 2 plus 3, it is 6. Right? So that will be the cost or weight of the spanning tree. So weight of spanning tree T1 is equal to 6. Then consider this graph or this spanning tree. In this spanning tree, we have removed A to D, edge A to D. So here, when we add the weights of all the edges present in this, it will be 1 plus 5, 6, 6 plus 3, 9. So weight of spanning tree T2 is equal to 9. Then consider this tree. So here C to D is removed to remove the cycle from the spanning tree. So here A to B 1, 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 5, which is equal to 8. So now we have to select the one which is having low cost. Which is the tree which is having low cost? It is T1. So spanning tree T1 is the minimum cost spanning tree. So consider this GIF or consider this example. It will show you the working of Prim's algorithm. First, initially, we have to select any one edge, any one vertex as the source vertex. For example, here we have taken A as the source vertex. From A, we have 3 edges connected to other vertices. That is A to G, A to E, and A to B, right? 18, 14, and 15. Among these 3, it will select the one which is having minimum cost edge. So it is A to E. Okay, that is 14. Then it will select from E. From E, it will check again. So which are all the vertices connected to E and which are all the vertices connected to A. So we have, sorry, it is C. Okay, it is C. So from A to C, 14 will be selected. Then again from A and C, both it will select. Okay, so from A to B, we have 15. From C to G, we have 16. And C to B, we have 12. Okay, sorry, it is E only, right? The vertex in between, it is E only. So E to B, it is 12. Okay, so it will select the one which is having minimum cost. Then E to D is 8. So E to D will be selected. 8 will be selected. So E to B, E to G, E to D, E to A. E to A is already selected. So it will select the one with the minimum cost. So E to D will be selected. Like this, from the connected vertices, from the adjacent vertices, it will select the one with the minimum cost value. You can notice here, A to E is selected. Okay, from E again, it will check E to D will be selected. From D, it will check D to C will be selected. Then C to B will be selected. Okay, then E to G will be selected. Then D to F will be selected. So it's a spanning tree. So I hope you understood this concept. This is the working procedure of the Prim's algorithm. And consider the Prim's algorithm. Prim's algorithm for constructing a minimum cost spanning tree. So that is the aim of the algorithm. First comment is the aim of the algorithm. Prim's algorithm for constructing a minimum cost spanning tree. Input for this is a weighted connected graph G, which is equal to V comma E. So that is the input we are passing. Okay, that is the input we are passing. G is equal to V comma E. Then output is ET. ET is the set of edges composing a minimum cost spanning tree of G. From G, we have to select certain edges that will be stored in ET. That will be stored in ET, which creates a minimum spanning tree or minimum cost spanning tree. So initially VT is vertices in the tree, vertices in the spanning tree. It will be considered with the initial value, that is V0. Okay, you can consider any one as the source vertex. You can consider any one as the source vertex. For the algorithm, usually we consider in the alphabetical order, for example, A as the source vertex. And if we have numbers for the vertices, then we'll select in the increasing order. That is, 1 will be selected as the source vertex. You can select any one as the source vertex and change little bit in the code so that it works with that particular vertex. You can do that. Okay, the set of tree vertices can be initialized with any vertex. So we can select any vertex, so that will be considered as source vertex V0. Then ET is equal to null. Initially, edges present in the spanning tree is equal to null. Then for I is equal to 1 to number of vertices minus 1. 1 to number of vertices minus 1, because we need not to compare last vertex with the last one. We have to compare n minus 1th vertex with nth vertex. It is enough. We need not to compare nth vertex with nth one. It is not required. So it is up to number of vertices minus 1. If number of vertices is equal to n, then it will be up to n minus 1. So for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1, do, or number of vertices minus 1, do, find a minimum weight edge or minimum cost edge E star, which is equal to V star, comma U star, that is V to U. V to U among all the edges V comma U. Among all the edges, we have to select the one which is having minimum weight edge or minimum cost edge, such that V is in VT and U is in V minus VT. Such that V must be present in the tree. V must be present in the tree, that is small v, it must be present in the spanning tree, and U must be, it is in still graph. It is not added to the spanning tree. So V minus VT. V is the set of vertices in the graph. VT is the set of vertices in the tree. So VT is equal to VT union U star. So now add this new vertex, that is U star. V star, it is already present in VT, that is tree. Okay, it is already present in tree. So add U star. Then ET is equal to ET union E star. So what is E star here? It is the edge from V to U, V star to U star. Okay, it is the edge from V star to U star. Add this edge to tree. So ET union E star. Then return the set of edges for the spanning tree. So that is ET. So these three steps, that is finding the minimum weight edge, then adding the vertex U to the tree, and then adding edge E to the tree. This will be continued for until all the vertices are added to the tree. Okay, until all the vertices are added to the tree. If it creates a cycle, that particular edge will not be added. Okay, if it creates a cycle, that particular edge will not be added. Okay, if it doesn't create a cycle, that particular edge will be added. So return ET, then it will return the set of edges from the spanning tree. So let us discuss this with an example. Consider this graph. So here we have 6 vertices, right? A, B, C, D, E, F. 6 vertices we have. And some set of edges we have. Let us count the number of edges here. Okay, but before that, so see here, we have to select the 3 vertices. Then we have to list what are the remaining vertices. Then which vertex is selected with the illustration it is given. Okay. So here initially we are selecting A and none of the other vertices are selected. Only vertex A is selected. That we have to add it to the tree by selecting one edge from A such that it will be having minimum cost. Okay. So let us see from A which are all the vertices connected. Okay. You can see here A to B it is 3. A to F it is 5. A to E it is 6. Okay. 3 vertices are connected. Right. 3 vertices are connected from A. A to B is 3, A to F is 5, and A to E is 6. So it will select the one with the minimum cost, that is A to B will be selected. Okay. So here A to B, it is 3. From C, we don't have direct edge. For C, from A, we don't have direct edge. So until we get the direct edge, we will not be knowing what is the cost of that. Right? So it will be infinity. I don't know the cost from A to C. So it will be infinity. I don't know the cost from A to D. So it will be infinity. A to E is 6. A to F is 5. So it will select the one with the minimum cost, that is A to B. So B will be added to the tree and A to B will be added to the tree. B, that is the vertex that will be added to the tree, and A to B, that edge will be added to the tree. Okay. Then A to B with 3 will be added to the tree. That is the next vertex selected. So A to B. Now, what are all the remaining vertices? Let us see. So B to C, it is 1. And then we don't have the direct edge from A or B to D, right? So A to D is also not there. A to B to D is also not there. So it is infinity. Then we don't have direct edge from B to E. So previously, whatever we have selected A to E, so that will be kept as it is. A to E will be equal to 6. Then A to F, it was 5. Now B to F is 4. This will be selected. Okay. Since it is having least cost when compared to the previous one, so this will be selected. Instead of A to F, B to F will be selected. So it is 4. So among these edges, we have to select the one which is having minimum cost. So B to C, 1 will be selected. So, okay, B to C, which is equal to 1, will be selected, and vertex C will be added to the tree, and edge B to C will be added to the tree. Okay, then again remaining vertices are D, E, and F. Now from C to D, it is 6. A to C to D, it is 6, and the previous vertex only it will be selected, because C to E is also not there, B to E is also not there. So previous vertex A to E, which is equal to 6, will be selected. Then again C to F is also 4. B to F is also 4. So it will not change that vertex. It will select the one which we have stored previously. If it is lesser than the previous one, then only it will change the value. If it is equal to also, it will not change. The previous edge, whatever is there, that will be kept as it is. So B to F, among these three, B to F, which is equal to 4, is the smallest one. That will be selected. Okay, B to F will be selected. Then B to F, which is equal to 4, will be selected. Remaining vertices are D and E. So here, if we consider F to D, it is equal to 5, and F to E, it is equal to 2. We have to select the one which is having minimum cost. So F to E will be selected. That will be added to the tree. Then F to E, which is equal to 2, will be added to the tree. So remaining vertex is D. So F to D, which is equal to 5, that is the low cost one. So that will be selected. Okay. Then F to D will be added to the spanning tree. So this is the spanning tree. If I select any other edge, then it will add cycle to the tree. So no other edges will be added. So let us check all the vertices are connected. Yes, all the vertices are connected, which is given in the board. You can check. If all the vertices are connected, and if it doesn't contain a cycle, then it will be a spanning tree. Okay. So here, what is the cost of the spanning tree? It will be 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, 10 plus 5, 15. That is the minimum cost for the spanning tree, right? So what is the minimum cost? Minimum cost is equal to, so A to B is 3, right? 3 plus B to C is 1. Then B to F is 4, right? 4 plus 4, 8. 8 plus 2 plus 5. 8 plus 2, which is equal to 10. 10 plus 5, which is equal to 15. This is the minimum cost for the spanning tree. Okay, it is the minimum cost for the spanning tree. I hope you understood this problem. Then, if a graph is represented by its adjacency list, Okay, if a graph is represented by its adjacency list and the priority queue is implemented as a minimum heap. Okay, you will learn about minimum heap and max heap. Again, in this subject, you will come to know what is min heap. Okay, it is again a tree. We are going to create a tree. Okay, I'll tell you what is it while discussing minimum heap and maximum heap. Let us discuss the algorithm efficiency now. The running time of the algorithm is in big O of number of edges log number of vertices. This is because the algorithm performs V minus 1 number of vertices minus 1 deletions of the smallest elements and makes number of edges verifications and changes an element's priority in a min heap of size not greater than number of vertices. So here min heap is the one in which in the parent parent nodes of the tree will be having smallest value when compared to its child node. Okay, parent nodes in the tree, parental nodes in the tree will be having minimum less value or smaller value than its child node. Max heap means the parental node of the tree will be having largest value when compared to its child node. Min heap means it will be having, min heap means the parental node will be having the minimum value or smallest value in its parental nodes when compared to its child nodes. Okay, so here when this algorithm performs, we know that we have seen that in the loop we have seen number of vertices minus 1 times that loop will work, right? So number of vertices minus 1 deletions of the smallest element will be done and it will make number of edge verifications. Why it will make number of edge verifications? Because after checking all the connected edge to the adjacent vertex, we have to select the one with the minimum cost. So it will perform number of edge verifications and it will change the element's priority in a min heap of size not greater than number of vertices. Obviously, it will select the vertices which is present in the tree. So it will be number of vertices. Each of these operation is a big O of log number of vertices operation. Hence, the running time of this implementation of Prim's algorithm is in number of V minus 1 plus number of edges into big O of log number of vertices, which is equal to big O of number of edges log number of vertices. So this is the algorithm's, Prim's algorithm efficiency when we are going to implement the priority queue. Because in a connected graph we'll be having number of vertices minus 1 less than or equal to number of edges. So here you can see the number of edges and number of vertices here. Number of vertices is equal to 6, right? Number of vertices is equal to 6 and number of edges in the spanning tree it is equal to 5. You can notice that. So A to B 1, B to C 2, B to F 3, F to E 4 and F to D 5. So 5 edges we have. 6 vertices we have and 5 edges we have. So that is the relationship here. So in a connected graph we have number of edges or number of vertices minus 1, it is less than or equal to number of edges. Or I can say that number of edges is equal to number of vertices minus 1. Okay. So we can directly, instead of writing number of vertices minus 1, we can write number of edges directly. So number of edges plus number of edges. So it is 2 into number of edges, big O of log number of vertices. So just ignore the constant 2. So we have left with big O of number of edges into log number of vertices. So I hope you understood the concept. If you have any doubt, you can ask me.